So Indiana Jones has actually turned out to be a pretty big success, and I'm very glad about that. I made a whole video about how I was really skeptical of this game from a technical standpoint after the PC specs were revealed. Thankfully, I was very wrong about all that. And I also love seeing this game do so well, because even though it's not quite my cup of tea, it's great to see a AAA game with such a non-AAA design philosophy do so well. This is much less of a straightforward AAA game, the kind of thing you were probably expecting from a movie licensed game, and it's more of an action simulator. It reminds me of the Chronicles of Riddick games, or maybe even a little bit of BioShock in there. And I love seeing stuff like this succeed. It should be an indication that other AAA games should be trying harder to be innovative and to make their own personality. And it really shouldn't be any big surprise that it was revealed not too long ago that Indiana Jones was the second best-selling game in the United States during its launch month, much to the dismay of PlayStation fanboys who were expecting this game to completely flop right out of the gate because it has an Xbox logo on the box and isn't available on the PlayStation. And I guess we're still buying into the delusion that games that launch on Game Pass somehow can't possibly be financially successful in addition to getting Game Pass users. Like, I really don't know why we're still trying to make the argument that Game Pass launches means the game is immediately a failure in terms of sales. Like, how many times do we have to look at things like Starfield and Pal World and Stalker 2, games that launched on Game Pass and sold a tremendous number of proper copies as well, and made the publishers plenty of money without ever needing to touch the PlayStation? Because believe it or not, the PlayStation is not the be-all, end-all of the entire flippin' industry. But naturally, PlayStation fanboys have been pretty upset over the success of Indiana Jones and the big bad no good circle, which is why a whole bunch of salt came out the other day when Games Radar published an article stating that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle was reportedly so successful that Disney wants more Indiana Jones games, and the source for this seems to be Jez Corden, I forget, and I'm just too lazy to look. The Corden guy, the Windows Central guy, the guy who has been very wrong on a lot of little things, but also very right on a lot of big things. So we can, take it with a grain of salt, because until it's official, it's not official, but also it's a relatively trustworthy source saying this. And also, it's a perfectly believable story, because again, it was the second best-selling game in the United States. And it's also been in the Steam top 50 ever since it came out. It was right at the top of the Steam charts during the launch window, and then after the big winter sale kicked off, it's still in the top 50 despite not being discounted, which is indicative of a very successful financial launch despite being on Game Pass from day one. And yet, PlayStation fanboys can't handle it, so we're going to take a look at this tweet from Games Radar. We're going to look at some of my favorite salty responses to it, and then we're going to look at a different insider report that came out mere hours after this one, and things are going to get very, very suspicious. So stick around. @CaresWho01 responds to Games Radar and says, third-person linear and tighter pacing and storytelling, please. Swapping between first and third got annoying. Linear will help with urgency, suspense, etc. What could we be describing here? Indiana Jones, but third-person, linear, and tighter pacing. What could we be describing here? Oh yes, Uncharted, the game that literally wouldn't exist without Indiana Jones and is part of an entirely different genre than Indiana Jones. Like, bro skillet, this game is not trying to be Uncharted. It never was trying to be Uncharted. It's not a bad thing that it's not Uncharted. Frankly, I would love it if more games stopped trying to be Uncharted, because while Uncharted certainly is a fun series with a lot of great redeeming qualities, I'm not trying to shit on Uncharted as an entire franchise here. But you can't deny that the formula is played out like crazy. Also, a linear third-person action platformer shooter? Have you seen an Indiana Jones movie? That's not really, that wouldn't really be appropriate here, but why would you care about avoiding ludonarrative dissonance? Why would we care about that? Make everything Uncharted, please. It cannot be good unless it is Uncharted style. The best kind of video game storytelling is the kind where we drag you along a string into a combat arena and then show you a cutscene. There's no more creative ways for you to interact with the game world than that. That is as creative and wonderful as it gets. More, please. Rayrod responds to Games Radar and says, sales say otherwise. Yes, the sales of Indiana Jones mean it's not selling very well. So let's just take a look at the sales and, oh, it turns out the sales actually say the exact same thing as the insider report is suggesting. I think it might be time for you to go outside. Game McLean says, only on Xbox and PC? And Game Pass day one? What the hell? I don't know why I don't know why I said it like that. Yes, believe it or not, a game can launch on Game Pass and on the Xbox and PC and still be very financially successful. Like, that's not even a new concept. Do you guys remember Starfield? Starfield sold like crazy in addition to launching on Game Pass. Because even though a lot of people pay for Game Pass, a lot of gamers are on Steam and want to buy a proper copy of the game and avoid the Xbox launcher, or they just don't really see the appeal in Xbox Game Pass because a lot of the games in Xbox Game Pass are games that you've probably played before, at least on the PC version. That's why I unsubscribed for a long time. I feel like I'd gotten my money's worth out of it and just didn't see the point anymore until they recently added a bunch of new stuff that I was interested in. Game Pass and game sales are perfectly capable of coexisting. This really isn't strange. Yes, Game Pass is an option for playing this game, and it has been since launch day, but that doesn't mean that everyone who is interested in the game is going to forego a proper bought copy of the game, because people like owning games. People like being able to mod games. People like adding things to their Steam library. People like having physical boxes in their collections. And I really just don't understand why it's so strange for people to look at the sales of Indiana Jones and the reception of Indiana Jones and not think that Disney would want more of this. Disney is eager for a W in the gaming space. Why wouldn't they want more of this? Nobody's saying it's the best-selling game of all time. Nobody's saying it's putting up like Madden numbers or COD numbers, but it's putting up very good numbers. So yeah, obviously the owner of the IP is going to want more of this success now that it's been proven to be a successful formula. Whether or not this report from Jez Corden is actually true is irrelevant to the fact that the sentiment being expressed is entirely believable and not strange in the slightest. You just can't handle the fact that there is an Xbox game doing well. David 10-5 says, hopefully we get a third-person action indie game. Xbox need a Uncharted rival. Oh Lord, I swear, you guys just cannot enjoy games unless they're the same game you've already played. Also, just the sheer irony of just, Xbox needs a game to compete with Uncharted, so turn indie into Uncharted. Bitch, where'd you think Uncharted came from? And have you ever considered the fact that if people on the Xbox want a third-person shooter with action set pieces, their cup kind of runneth over? Because it's 2024 in the games industry. But nope, game can't be good unless it's Uncharted. Game cannot be good unless it's the exact thing that Sony has sold me a million times already and that every critic has already expressed gratitude for. Please, give us more of the same. Stop trying to innovate. My brain can't handle it. Oh, halt right there. I have to do my Doofus Club shoutouts. If you pay 99 cents a month to join the channel and be part of the Doofus Club, and I shout you out as fast as humanly possible in every single video, which means the Doofus Club as of the evening of December 30th is Don't Step on Sneck, Wolf of Midnight, Gaming with Dead People, Stick Rider, The Cunt Connoisseur, Kev Dog 1992, Pig Venus, The Beezum, Steve Went Studios, Phil McCracken, Biscuit 1101, Anurag G YouTube, Hero Culture, Tom from Spokane, OM Gaming, Pope Raphael the Rat King, Tariq Brown, Max of 550, Retzko 1632, Elite, Bojvnik, Bojovnik, Bajna, Boj, Magnek, Thornscade, Ex Machina Gamma, Oh No, Alex Goond on Me, Severin Evans, Mr. Spawning 03, Nick Donegan, Wide Trouble, Donnie Weston, Antdog 65, Real Zerd, Gob Gobson, Vesicanary, Doug Nigsy, Rogue Winter 0901, Bobby Hinner, Hangman for Hire, Gresger, Bush, oh my god, Gresger's Bush, Kishkawiskiwisk. You're doing this on purpose, I fucking swear. Et Omega, Grimsy, Gavo P, Frost Crystal, Edge Knight 1789, Biogenesis, Eldon the Noble, Jimmy Chops, Yeah, I Camp So, Floppy Pingus 97, Ian in Action, Michael Musial, Manga Key, Kushka, Ghost Ho, The Scruffy Skull, Femtanga, The Jojo 6, Mio Bunny, Vascro, Matt H, Seattle from Joe, Blue... Wait a minute. Blue Hook, Mr. Self-Destruct, Raptor Tim, Willie JJ... Oh, God. Willie JJ, the last and first of his name to make Joe choke on. Joe needs all of us to change our names to sentences. Holy shit. Jody Breeze, Mr. Techno Squeak, Max Laurel Maximus, Who Do You Voodoo, Furry Raptor 1, Snorlax, and Maddie Plays Xmas Edition. Also, I have a Doofusy. Diego Garcia, Mick Advertisement, Dunkle's Omen, Wild Gamer 3001, Demetrius Papagiorno, Kibikins, I American Idiot, Boofner, Antoine Horton, Rebel Blood 80, Stephen Christensen, All Games Video, Mr. Joe, I'm the biggest backyard diehard baseball hater. Okay, fucking fuck. Darth Muffin, Binary Deviant, Raven Bloodrot, Henthai, Justin Mab, Brand Roy, Stoico, Little Grey Cells, Extreme the Wolf 7, Tooney Wayne 7, Joe Taku, Puddin' Tane, Joey Scoops Jidge. Wait, hang on. Extreme the Wolf 7, Tooney Wayne 7. Did I do that? Okay, thanks for being part of the Doofus Club. You can join the Doofus. Oh, fuck! Oh, shit! There's more on the second page! I have a second page of Doofuses now! I am so sorry if I missed these in the last video! Holy shit, I might have... Oh, God, I might have missed those. Alright. Retro is Joe's dad. Weston not from Seattle. Wannabe Hobo. Bill at 310 Char. Ting Tang. Oh, wait, no, it's Ting Tang Walla Walla Bing Bang. I like that one. I like that one. Veg, Rob C, Curtin Allen's back. You gotta doof it like us. Ooh, and the Groovy Banana. Woo! Okay, man, that's a lot of doofuses. Come join the doofuses. I love you guys. I love you all. I'm so sorry if I missed you in the last Doofus Club shoutout. I don't know why YouTube didn't show me the last 11 last time, but I recognized the names from before. I just figured they were out of order last time and you guys were mixed in there, but I just realized, no, I totally missed those in the last one. Fuck, I'm a fucking asshole. Oh, God. Okay, back to the video. This one's fun. Firebreather says, how is this called successful? Nobody bought it on PC, even though it was in the Steam top sellers charts for fucking ever, and still is. Again, this game still is in the top 50 on Steam in the middle of the winter sale, despite the fact that it is still $70. It's locked on a dead console until March, so success is defined by what? Success is defined by game sales and by money generated, both of which are categories where the game is doing well for Microsoft. It's selling lots of copies, and it is either getting people to or keeping people on Game Pass. I truly do not understand what is so hard to comprehend here. But I said earlier that things got a little suspicious after this report came out. Well, just a few hours after this report came out that Disney wanted more games like Indiana Jones and that Disney was happy with the success, mere hours later, an insider who goes by Sneakers SO says that actually, guys, the sales aren't doing well in the slightest. That's the quote. The sales aren't doing well in the slightest. And this was after the Circana report, mere hours after a report comes out that the game is selling well. A different insider came out and said the game's not doing well. Actually, guys, trust me instead. And what's Sneakers SO's big claim to fame? Why should we take him seriously? Oh, because he leaked last year that Xbox games were going to go multi-platform. Last year, he said that that was going to happen. You know, after the writing had been so dramatically on the wall for several years. At that point, we're supposed to take him seriously as an insider because he pointed out the obvious one time? Yeah, not gonna lie, Chief, that's not good enough. I don't believe you. But after IconEra posted the news of this other insider pulling a big fat nuh-uh on the first insider, let's just look through the responses to this IconEra post, because some of these are golden. You guys really don't care about games at all. All you want is for the Xbox game to not make money. That's literally all it matters. That's literally all that matters to you guys. Don't believe me? Here's some responses to IconEra reposting an incredibly fake leak. Han responds and says, everyone liked that, with a Photoshop of Nathan Drake choking out Indiana Jones with their Metacritic scores. Again, where do you think Nathan Drake would have been if not for Indiana Jones? Also, the comparisons between Uncharted and Indiana Jones once again just make it seem like you guys don't play games at all because these games are not similar. Why are we treating Uncharted and Indiana Jones as direct competitors when they clearly are not trying to be? Uncharted is a cinematic third-person shooter. Indiana Jones is a first-person puzzle game with some combat. They are similar in aesthetics alone, and yet you're treating them as direct competitors because you don't actually play games and are not smart enough to recognize the differences between the gameplay. Are you crying yet? Because you should be. Feel bad for posting this. I never want to see this again. Oliver Darko responds, Sneakers SO is a legit insider. In December 2023, he was one of the first person who leaked that Microsoft would go third party. At the same time, Jez Corden ridiculed the idea. So he was one of the first people to say that Microsoft would go third party. He wasn't even the first one. He was one of the first people. And he said this in 2023 after people like myself and 50 bajillion other people with eyeballs pointed out that it was a likely scenario that Microsoft goes third party in the future. Like this is not an insider report. This is not something that was hard to figure out. Everyone saw this coming. This is what I mean when I say this just isn't good enough for me. This isn't reliable enough for me. You take Jez Corden's track record with leaks, inconsistent as it may be, he has a lot of big hits. He has a lot of really big stories that he got right. Meanwhile, this guy's main claim to fame is that he pointed out the obvious in December of 2023 after the obvious had been obvious for like 3 years. It's like, that's just not good enough for me. Why are you taking this as canon? Why are you taking this at face value? This guy has no validity to him at all. J0 says that's because it hasn't released on PS5 yet. So, game can only be successful if it releases on the PS5. That's the only way a game can be successful, is if it's on PS5. So, definitely don't look at Counter-Strike. Definitely don't look at Starfield. Definitely don't look at Stalker. Definitely don't look at League of Legends. Definitely don't look at Dota. Definitely don't look at Escape from Tarkov. Definitely don't look at Arma. Definitely don't look at Team Fortress 2. Like, do I have to keep going? I have a lot more that I can throw up here, but I'm just getting tired. One more. Twisted Metal says sales will go up when it comes to PlayStation. Yeah, that's how multi-platform game releases work. When the game is made available on a new platform, the sales go up because people on that platform buy it. Thanks for pointing that out. Y'all know damn well everyone pretty much played it on Xbox and PC Game Pass. Right, everyone played it on PC Game Pass, which means all the people who bought it and played it on Steam don't exist, I guess, because I part 10 million of PlayStation fanboys not knowing that Game Pass is not connected to Steam, and Steam numbers are public. We can fact check you in 5 seconds, but I guess we're just not supposed to. Dude, delete your page. It's pure cringe and trash. I assume you're talking about the original report that the game sold well, but in the off chance that you're actually talking to IconEra right now, agreed. It is pure cringe and trash. Disagree that it should be deleted, though. I get too much enjoyment out of IconEra, and I think you do too. Okay, I lied. I have one more here. At Brian Santiago posts a screenshot of Microsoft and Sony's stock price, and he puts a laughing, crying emoji over the Microsoft one and the cool guy sunglasses over the Sony one, because Sony is plus 0.19% on the stock market today, but Microsoft is down 0.28%. Microsoft is red and Sony is green. Never mind the fact that Microsoft's stock price is $438 and Sony is 21. This isn't a very good point. This site is completely brain dead. IconEra is completely brain dead, and I love it. I have another IconEra video going up in a few days, by the way, because they once again completely misunderstood what PC gaming is. But on the topic of Indiana Jones, I will close with this. It is a good thing that such a non-traditional game is doing well in the AAA sphere. That is a very good thing for everyone. The game is coming to PS5 in a few months, so I really don't know why PlayStation dudes are crying so much, because it's not even like you don't get it. Like, you get the game very soon. I truly don't understand the problem right now. But I guess that's how little you actually have to do on that platform, is all you can do at this point is just cry about Indiana Jones on Xbox instead of just, getting ready for Indiana Jones on the PlayStation. But so many of you seem to think that Indiana Jones on the PlayStation is a cheap, like, Uncharted knockoff, even though it's not even remotely trying to be Uncharted. You guys just don't understand what gameplay is. You look at the box of something and stop thinking there. You're like, oh, this box looks like an action game. It must be a cinematic third-person cover shooter with stealth mechanics and long press forward to continue dialogue sections. That's what the game must be. That's how a game must be in order to be good. And oh my god, I can't take this. Okay, toodles.